Yeah, all my chips out. This my game phase. It's going downhill. Hope you ride skates. You thought you win big. Now you irate. We not talking chump change. These are high stakes. I'm all about winning. I'm all about winning.
Huntsman clutch up. Battle of the Titans goes to FaZe. Dallas Empire. What a statement.
It's Ravens redemption.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Call of Duty League Championship weekend. As you can see, this trophy means more now than ever before. This of course is the beautiful CDL trophy that one of the teams that are still in it to win it are going to be picking up by the end of tomorrow. I mean, kind of crazy, you know, obviously coming into our beautiful US Air Force Command Center where we're all just, you know, we're waiting here, we're all chilling. It's really good. We've got some cool like little mini fridges in the back that we're all just grabbing some stuff from, and game fuel of course. And yeah, it's pretty chilling here, isn't it, boys? Pack, you know, it's a pretty nice command center just to be chilling in and watching champs from.
I'm loving it in here, loving the matches, loving where I'm watching from. It's great.
Amazing. Nameless, are you loving it too?
Absolutely fantastic. You know, we got Miles in the back, you know, chatting some rubbish, and then we're just all hanging out, you know, watching the games, having a fantastic time, and the stakes keep increasing. So it's been amazing so far.
They do indeed. Well, you know what? It's actually finally time to announce our Scuff Team of the Year. We have taken all of our candidates from the past Scuff Team of the Week segments that we've had, 28 of them to be exact. And you guys have been voting for your 5 players who exceed that incredible Call of Duty League respect and earn your place for the Scuff Team of the Year. So, with over 55,000 votes, here are your results.
Ooh.
After the end of the 2020 Call of Duty League regular season, we asked you, the fans, to vote for your very own Scuff Team of the Year, a super team built with 5 of the top performers across the 2020 season. The votes are in, and we got ourselves one hell of a roster. Our first player is Arcades. Arcades has been a standout member for the Huntsmen since the beginning of the year. He slayed out with both the SMG and AR in respawns and made plenty of clutch plays in the S&Ds. When you look at RC's numbers in-game, his value is undeniable. But what makes him so valuable isn't his in-game play. It's how he operates as a teammate. Arceus has often been called the mediator of the Huntsmen. Whenever the team's getting frustrated and the comms are starting to get chaotic, it's Arceus' voice that breaks through the noise to refocus the team on the task at hand. There are plenty of good pros who can shoot straight, but it's great players like Arceus who remind us that a player's success is determined just as much by how they act out of game. Next up, it's Shotzzy. Originally hailing from a completely different competitive scene, Shotzzy had a ton of hype behind him in the preseason. But after flopping 2 events in a row, many were quick to point out his lack of experience. However, in his 3rd event, the LA Home Series, Shotzzy shut up the haters with his first major COD title ever and began his astronomical ascent towards the top of the field. The combination of his buttery smooth movement and his precise gun skill made him an absolute menace in the respawns, with his years of competitive experience no doubt coming through in his calm and focused decision-making in Search and Destroys. Third, it's Octane. There's no sugarcoating the fact that the Seattle Surge had a rough regular season, but it doesn't mean this guy wasn't still frying. Even though his team never finished above the top 4 in the regular season, Octane's individual play still shone through the Surge's bleak performances. Octane regularly scored one of the top overall KDs of every single event, and even clocked some of the highest average hill times of the league as a main AR player. Octane's value to a team is simple. You give the man an AR, you park him in a power position, and just make sure nobody hurts him while he mows down everyone who pops up on his screen. Your 4th player, Simp. He entered the 2020 Call of Duty League as one of the most talented new players in the scene, and throughout the course of the year, Simp has cemented his name as one of the best all-around COD pros in the game. His slaying in the respawn is unmatched, he's the only player this year to break 50 kills in a game, and he's consistently logging some of the best event KDs from tournament to tournament. His Search and Destroy play, top-notch as well. His years of grinding S&D tournaments have earned him the grit and experience to clutch up in the tensest of moments against the other best players in the world. Simp's only been competing in the pro scene for about a year and a half now, but it's been a while since we've seen a player this dominant across multiple titles. And finally, it's Envoy of the Huntsmen. It's hard to stand out as an individual when you're on a roster stacked with star talent with a laundry list of accolades. But even on a roster as stacked as the Huntsmen's, Envoy still managed to shine. In the respawns, this guy was all over the map, working objectives for his team. Whether he was hitting an early rotation or cutting off enemy respawns, Envoy forced his opponents to worry about him constantly. In the S&Ds, he was somehow even better. He carried far more than his fair share of S&Ds for the Huntsmen, and even scored the first ever ace of the Call of Duty League. And there you have it, your 2020 Call of Duty League Scuff Team of the Year.
Well, there you have it, folks, your official Scuff Team of the Year, and some powerhouse names on that roster. But check out what they will be winning, because, I mean, we got a custom Team of the Year jersey signed by Joe Perez and matching Scuff controllers that will be headed to these players. So hats off to this dream team, and thanks so much to everyone who voted. Some absolutely incredible things that are up for grabs there. Big stuff. Scuff Team of the Year. Gents, I want to know your opinions on this. Yeah, what do you think of our Team of the Year for 2020?
The fans did an okay job voting, but me and John are just talking about it. Like, there's some people who kind of got disrespected off the list, right? Like, Cellium, come on. Cellium should be up there, right? Like, who do we replace, though? I mean, it's got to be Octane.
It's got to be Octane. I mean, Octane's obviously phenomenal, right? Definitely the best player on the team, but his team wasn't winning matches, right? So for me, it's just hard to put them on that list. But, I mean, he's no doubt an unreal talent. I would have had a BZ on my list for sure. But
yeah.
It is what it is.
It's only five spots, you know. It's only 5 spots. Then it's tough, but no. A huge congratulations to all of the players that were selected for the Scuff Team of the Year. An incredible performance all around from every single one of you individual players. Now, gents, we need to move things along here, because the day is moving, and so are our teams. They're moving everywhere, here, there, everywhere. We need to discuss right now, of course, the match that we're going to be seeing. It's Chicago versus Atlanta FaZe. This Huntsman FaZe matchup is going to be an absolute banger. Again, we're seeing it for the 3rd time. I'm very nervous. It's coming to this point now. I know somebody's going to have to go home again. And it's terrifying. It is really, really terrifying. And I think both of these teams right now could really do it. I don't know, honestly, which one is going to actually have the upper hand here. But based on what you've seen from them today so far in their respective matches, Pac-Man, who would you say right now has the edge for you?
Well, it's tough, right? Because Atlanta just lost both of their hard points, which is the scary part. Chicago is obviously a really strong hardpoint team, but I would throw out all the past matches out the window, right? This is a completely different game, a different scenario. This is Champs Sunday, or Champs to get knocked out, to get to the finals. And it's just, I would lean towards Atlanta, but the way that they just lost those hard points kind of scares me. They did get clutched up on at the end of those games, and I don't know. This is a really tough match to call, really.
It's super hard to pick. I mean, you think about their last series, it comes all the way down to a game 5, the very end, and you know, on one team, you had somebody who was significantly underperforming. If he plays a little bit better, and I mean just a little bit better, they have an edge in this series. So I almost want to lead towards Huntsman from what I've seen and the progression and the improvement on those guys, because what we saw out of Huntsman early on in playoffs was, Envoy and Scump just going off playing fantastic. Right? Can they keep this up? They've absolutely kept it up in every single match. And Pristini bounced back in the series immediately after that. They've been battle tested, and they're coming off of a win today. So all those things, I'm going to lead towards Huntsman in this series.
To me, that's the deciding factor too, right? Can Atlanta FaZe bounce back right away? Like they just lost a really close series where they threw away a bunch of winnable rounds, and now they're going against a team who's in a great move. They won on top of the world. It's just, can they flip the switch immediately in that hard point and get it going again?
Yeah.
I think it's hard to say, because I think you make a great point with the hard point with Atlanta, and it is scary. But when you're coming up against an on-fire Dallas Empire, I think it's really hard to judge exactly how well their hard point or how badly their hard point is going. Because if you look at Chicago and the way that they played London won that first hardpoint pretty convincingly. We had a lot of damage coming off of the London players. Like Trey was up in the nearly 4,000 damage. I mean, that's kind of huge. And the fact that Chicago couldn't really answer back at that point. And then you look at the other side of things with Atlanta and Dallas. Yes, Atlanta did get outslayed in the hard point, for sure. But the numbers were still up there. And it's kind of hard when you're coming up against a team who are really on point with their respawn right now. Again, Dallas Empire. I think it's really hard to judge. So maybe based on that, we could actually be seeing a pretty even playing field in regards to respawn. So yeah, I'm kind of worried for Huntsman if FaZe kind of bring out their clutch factor that we see in the game 5s. If we do go the length, they're in trouble. But I honestly, I don't know.
Like you said, Presini didn't have the best series last time, and since that time, he's been playing phenomenally. If he played better, they would have taken that game 5. I mean, there was a round, I believe, where Major Maniac ended up getting a 3-piece top construction. He wouldn't even have been alive if Presini got that kill. But now we're seeing the championship level Presini, so that does give a more of an edge towards Chicago this time around.
Yeah, and I think just talking about Chicago Huntsmen as a whole team, of course, absolutely phenomenal, and they have done an incredible job so far. And I think their journey through playoffs just kind of showed the resilience that they've had. Obviously, being in the elimination part of the bracket has been really, really tough. And I think for a powerhouse like that, who does, I think, feed off on confidence and momentum, I think their journey has already been pretty difficult from the start. Do you think that kind of gives them an advantage coming into it? Like, they're hungry for it. This is what they want. They know that they can't slip up at this point, Nameless.
Yeah, I think over the course of this tournament, there's a lot of things that give Huntsman sort of the edge here. You have people playing a lot better. They've been battle tested. They know what was going wrong, and they've fixed it already. They've made those adjustments already. They have more matches under their belt than FaZe in this tournament. FaZe just coming off of their first loss to the tournament, and they have to make those adjustments in 30 minutes. Huntsman had a full day to do it, right? So I think that, all those things being said, like, it does give them an edge. But, you're talking about FaZe, a team who has not missed a semifinal, the best team across the entire year, a team that has 5 players with takeover ability, and a team that's already beaten you in this tournament. So it's a very tough match to call. And if you look across the 3 teams that we have left, they were our top 3 in the season. All these teams have gone game 5 against each other, and it only makes sense that these guys match up once again. Huntsmen have their opportunity to get revenge, and Atlanta have their opportunity to go and play Dallas again. So there's a lot of things on the line in this series. It's going to be an incredible one, that's for sure.
We do know how hard it is also to beat the same team again. We saw Ultra lose to London. Yeah, it's super hard because now they can change their vetoes against you. They saw what you did. They know what worked for you. They can adjust to you. And they're hungry. They're hungry to beat you since you already knocked them into losers. It is really difficult to beat the same team back to back. So, I don't know. We'll see. We will see.
I think this match is a lot closer than we think. I honestly, it could be so close. Even right now. So let's talk about what these guys actually do need to do to seal the deal. And of course, that is coming from your boy Nameless. Let's go to the game fuel keys to victory. We start with Chicago. Pal, what have you cooked up for us?
Yeah, I think we just talked a lot about what they need to do. The most important thing, you see those things on your screen right now. It's Scump and Envoy Show. They both have been playing incredible. Use that momentum from the big win today. They both have been excelling in all modes, giving them a massive boost. They both have increased 0.06, 0.07 in their KD from regular season into playoffs. But the big story here for Huntsman is Presini. He got clapped last time he played FaZe. Point blank, period. He was the reason they lost against FaZe. If he can come out here and not get clapped, they have a good chance of winning it, right? So he has to step up big time for the squad.
Savage.
He does.
Savage. Go on, move on. I want to know what's happening for Atlanta FaZe here.
Yeah, in the last series versus Chicago, BZ had a 1.18 empowering the team in respawns. Him performing respawns helped neutralize and improve Scump from Chicago. I mean, you had Scump and Envoy dropping bombs every time they got around the hill or up close and personal. They were making waves around the map. But BZ had an excellent series as well. I like to focus on him on FaZe because when he's on point, they're so damn good in the respawns, right? Like, he's that player who's always in front. He's flying at the other team. He's so aggressive, right? So when he has a 1.18, it feels so natural for them to just all take over the map. So be looking at him.
I just want to say, Nameless, you could have a side job as a medication advertisement reader of the potential hazards that you could be finding in side effects with medicine. You read those so fast. It was like, game fuel keys to victory. Thank you so much. Terms and conditions apply. It's like, what?
I have to go quick. You got to be on point in on-air talent. I thrive under pressure.
You were on point. And the question is, my friend, how are our predictions? Are they on point today? Let's have a look right now. So we're going to go to our Sony Xperia predictions, of course. Pac-Man, what are you feeling for this matchup? This is super hard.
This one's hard, but I'm gonna stick with my gut feeling, and I'm gonna go with FaZe 3-2. I don't know. I think they're gonna clutch up in the S&D this time around and not give away so many man advantage situations.
Okay, I understand that. Okay, what about you, Nameless?
So before the tournament, I made a bracket, and I had Huntsman versus Empire in the final, and it's looking like it's probably going to happen. I'm going with the Huntsman. I think they're going to take it 3-2 this time. Persini's going to come back. He's going to go hard, and he is not going to have a 0.5. He's going to have like a 0.9 this series. They're going to win.
Okay. He's passionate about this, folks. He's passionate. He wants to see victory here. Well, you know what, guys? I don't know, okay? I don't know. I'm not sure, but I'm going to have to pick something. So, considering I'm in green today, I'm going to go with the Huntsman.
There we go.
And that is my only reason. These two teams are incredible in their own rights. This could go either way. So I'm going to say 3-2 Huntsman. I'm hoping for a killer match. But without further ado, I think it's time to start heading over to our match because we do have an incredible one for you guys. It's the last one of the day. I hope it's an absolute banger. And heading this one up, we do have Miles and Chance. So we're going to head on over right now. We're going to have a walk through the US Air Force Command Center as we head on over to your two boys. We're going to be in your ears for this one. So Atlanta FaZe versus Chicago Huntsman. Miles, Chance, what's up?
What's up, Lottie? On screen. Boom. I don't know if it worked, but I hope it did. Chance, we have got one hell of a match ahead of us, my friend. The elimination matchup of the century. Mate, it was the most sought-after series in CDL history. We were given it. It was a blowout. But now Destiny's given us another chance to take another crack at this one. These two teams have already met once thus far in playoffs, but what an exciting and fitting end that one of these teams will have in the season.
That truly is insane, right? Like, this is a matchup that we genuinely waited months before we finally saw it. And then the first time we did, Chicago just, like, slapped them around 3-0, and it just ended so fast. And, like, that was super lackluster. But, of course, now last weekend, it was the Game 5 barn burner. It was a round 11 on map 2. Round 10 for the Game 5. Everything was as close as it could possibly be. And honestly, Miles, I expect nothing less for this series once again.
Nothing less whatsoever. Well, Chance, it's time to get these teams out here. The night is dark and full of tiny terrors. Please put your hands together for the Atlanta FaZe.
Atlanta looking to make a statement. Have we even seen the peak of his ability?
1, 2, 3 for Major Maniac.
Celium is the best player in the game.
He might be the MVP if he keeps it up.
on, baby.
What an individual play from Priest. FaZe dominate the late game.
FaZe off, baby. Let's go.
Atlanta FaZe now looking for a shot at that grand final once again. However, they do have to go through the Huntsman again. Major Maniac, Celium, Simp, Priester, aBeZy. 5 of the finest names in the CDL. A true squad of monsters if we've ever seen them. However, Atlanta FaZe do have to continue to make the run. How well will the mental game prove now that they've taken the loss from the Dallas Empire, going up now against a hot Chicago Huntsman squad? Do they have the way? Do they have the means to go all the way? Well, there's no Snow White for these huntsmen who will be on the hunt to take care of these dirty monsters there in the woods. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chicago Huntsmen. The Chicago Huntsmen again, some of the world's most famous Call of Duty players, and now a shot at true glory. It's been an up and down season for them, but formal Arsties Envoy Scum Pristini again with Irafana T2P, the Sarnason Twins, or the MVP candidate Dylan Envoy Hannon, right there, smack bang in the middle of the screen. There's something for everyone in this roster, and there's a lot of fans at home looking to see them bring home the dub, but they got one more team to get through before they can find themselves in on Sunday. Game face is at the ready now, Chance. This is going to be a big one.
It's going to be a nutty one, right? Like, all the different theories that we had at the start of the year when rosters were being built, like, I think Empire, the perfect example of, like, we have the young guns up and coming, matching with the veterans. These are the two teams, Chicago and Atlanta, that just, like, pick up all the juggernauts, find the best players in the league in order, and just throw the bag at them, try to get those players. So these are the two, again, just juggernaut teams head-to-head. 4 world champions on one team, 2 on the other. Ex-teammates you got as well, but that head-to-head, maybe it slightly favors Huntsman just because of the map count, but the way I see it, it was a Game 5 last time, and we have 4 of the exact same maps. Outside of the map 1, the entire series is just the same, in order. So it's a run back. Everything is going to be close. All of these teams now have had a week to prepare for each other. Make sure you get those strats just as on point as you could be. And Miles, like, I just want to get into it, man. I'm just getting excited.
Mate, we will. That was the Quickscope brought to you by the US Air Force, and now maps and modes, and Chance is right, we are running it back. The only map that is different is going to be that first hard point on Gunrunner. Now, Chance, again, it was a close series before. It was a Game 5. It was an absolute humdinger, but now, with a slight change, I mean, do you think the vetoes have been won? I mean, how important is that change, the Gunrunner hard point coming up first?
It's honestly super tough to call, right? I know the Huntsman fans are going to be very happy that their team banned Romaza. They have not had great experiences throughout the year. Even if they win that map the majority of the time, it always seems to bite them. And obviously, we saw Chicago lose that map earlier on to London. So they get rid of that and switch it to a Gunrunner. And when you look at the map records on the head-to-head, there's no clear-cut distinction. It's 11-9 on the side for the FaZe clan. And, of course, on the Huntsman, it's 8-7. So both barely above that 500 mark. It's not the primary map for either one of those teams, but they're both solid at it, and frankly might be the most important map of the entire series for Chicago to try to get that ball rolling, because again, everything else is slotted in to be that exact same type series, so maybe they don't want to see the exact same Game 5 where they fell just short against FaZe in a 6-4 fashion a week ago.
6-4 fashion, Game 5, that was the story of Huntsman getting here. Outside of that series versus London, it's been a Game 5 every single time. What if we can see something a little different? Now, don't forget, friends, while we're rolling through these games, we do still have a chance to win a burrito. Chipotle, that's right, free burritos every day. If it's a 3-0, if it's 40 kills in a respawn, or if it's round 11 in a search and destroy, you're eating tonight, my friends. And I'm thinking burritos for dinner now. Chipotle? Yeah, exclamation mark Chipotle in the chat. Double chicken, double veg, bit of guacamole, brown rice, you name it in the bowl. Why not? Give it to me. I'm ready, Chance. Give it to me. The game, the burrito bowl, you name it.
The burritos are great. I want the round 11. Like, honestly, looking at the maps, I'm not really expecting to see a 40 bomb on Gunrunner St. Petro. I'm kind of surprised we haven't already seen a round 11 today, or maybe we did and I'm forgetting. But either way, these two teams as tight as possible as last time. 1 round 11, 1 round 10, and again, the maps are the exact same. It's just about getting that ball rolling and who can clutch up more. And this is honestly where like some of that veteranship might really come into play, right? For Scump and Formal, not their first rodeo. It's like their 6th or 7th rodeo. They've been here before. You have to imagine the pressure that they feel doesn't impact them in the same way that it might for players like Major Maniac, who last year at Champs fell out much quicker than that team was ever expected to. Now this is the deepest run outside of Simpin and Beezy that these players have made. This is the moment to get this win and make sure that they can attempt to get that revenge on the Empire. They're very close, but obviously for both of these teams, one of the most difficult possible matchups they could have in the losers
You're
finals.
absolutely right, man. This is a tough one. I mean, again, for a few of these players, yeah, Major Maniac, Celium. Celium was a rookie last year when it came to Black Ops 4, and he had a few moments where it was like, okay, this is clearly a very skilled player, but this is uncharted terrain for him. You can see the nerves coming into effect. I wonder if that's going to be the case for a few more of those Atlanta FaZe players. I mean, as skilled and as talented as they are, when push comes to shove, when the matches are as serious as they are, and we're playing like a match that's worth what, 600, like this match is worth $300,000 if you win it. Like that's an additional 300,000. That is a lot of pressure. Chance, no predictions, brother. We're going into this one. We're going straight in. I don't have the wherewithal to predict how this series is going to go. Again, it's a run back, one change in the map count. Otherwise, it's going to be identical to the first time they met here in playoffs. My friend, a privilege and a pleasure. Atlanta FaZe versus Chicago Huntsman. Let's do this.
And one of the most important things, of course, in this series, not even just this Gunrunner as a map, but you have Atlanta, who obviously immediately coming off a loss in a devastating fashion. They were very close to securing their spot in the grand finals. Obviously, they fall short, and they have, 20 30 minutes, whatever it's been to regain. And of course, Chicago right now, they had their match a couple hours ago this morning against the London Royal Ravens, got the ball rolling, and beat them in a 3-1 fashion. They have momentum on their side, but they're the slightly less fresh team. It's really just about FaZe. Can they bounce back? Can they regain in that short amount of time? And of course, for the Gunrunner, that's the map. We're going to find out very quickly what our answer is. More importantly, a Ram in the hands of Envoy, who loves to mix it up on this map, whether it be an MP5, Uzi, or Ram. Well, he's the guy that likes to be a little bit different. Or just have to keep that in the back of your mind.
Pulling out all the stops here at Champs. Can't take anything with you into the next game, and Envoy knows that better than most. Here we go. Gunrunner up first. Envoy with the Ram in hand. Up high he goes. RCs may find that first blood in mid. He actually finds a second, so Ram hasn't had to do a whole lot just yet. There goes the kill, and it's a beautiful start from the Huntsman. A couple of early kills, and now the overextension. Trying to flip spawns. Ram in hand once again. Envoy finds kill number 2. Can't get the third. Simp's going to be there, but a solid attempt. Now finished at what Huntsman trying to flip those spawns.
Huntsman maybe not able to get the flip, but maybe a little bit of an early lead on this P1 hill, trying to rack up as many points as possible if you're not able to get that break. And well, Scump, he's waiting to be the Slayer. You see Nafeed actually does not pick up that kill on Simp. FaZe able to stabilize in a potentially good spot, and Priesta now setting up for the spawn kills, and this is where things for Chicago could get problematic. They need to deal with Priesta and at least get him out of that spot, and that's job number done. Taking care of him.
There you go. Pristini's trying to make something happen. Can't quite get it done. Priesta will finally fall there to Scump. Scump now keeping the charge alive. Simp's cleaned out in mid-map, so Huntsman now with a lot more room to work with, a little bit more space to breathe. And it's going to be on Cellium to try to take care of the left-hand side flank. Formal cuts its head clean off now to aBeZy. Can Formal put another notch on the belt? Here comes the shots. Formal with the shots, not quite enough to get it done. Hardpoint flips open now, and it's going to be Atlanta FaZe get the first taste of time here. But here comes the push right through that front door. It is going to be from the Huntsman. They're winding up for the punch. Cellium trying to catch something here. Shots in on Scumpy, goes down immediately. That could be enough to get the break now. Can we see Huntsman trying to make the play forward? Simp keeping the side door safe. Shots in from up high. RC goes down. That's 2 on the point already for Simp. Any more to be had? Here comes Scump. Cell gets 2 as well. It's a great hold from Atlanta FaZe.
Great hold so far. Job well done. Maybe 1 or 2 players around for Chicago Huntsman. Maybe just trying to throw the bodies at the hill and just hoping for a bit of contest. And even keep in mind, rotation battle potentially. RCD's already set up anew, and you have Priesta hovering around mid-map. The Huntsman, though, inside the hill for the contest. Can't quite get enough as aBeZy drops everybody in short order. But then, hey, Scump comes out of the wings, gets the final kill, and actually those final 8 seconds of scraps do go the way of Chicago. RCD's, by the way, 2-kill streak on this rotation. So Huntsman, after all that, end up taking the lead going into new.
Good multitasking from Huntsman. Arsty's still keeping the run going. Takes care of Priesta, takes care of Cellium. Great work out of one half of the Silencing Twins, and now we see the kills start flying through. Huntsman, good chunk of time still here. Arsty's getting it all done on his own. Over to Scump we go. In computers, slip slide. Simp's going to be a little too hot off the trigger there to take care of him, but still back over on the hard point. It's all Huntsman, baby. This has been relatively uncontested. Now Simp's bringing the gunfights forward to Chicago. Trying to find 1, trying to find 2. aBeZy on the right flank. Can't get any more done. Pristini there on the defense. He makes his way forward. 8 and 9 overall. A lot of criticism goes his way, but Pristini playing his heart out to get his squad this far. And Huntsman walking out of minecart chance. 15 seconds remaining. Looking good.
Hey, just a beautiful hold and beautiful rotation. I mean, you start out this map on bad side, you almost flip spawns immediately, and then after the first 2 hills, you even have the lead on the rotation. Cannot be understated how big of an opening start this is for the Huntsman, who again, this Gunrunner, this is their map pick. They didn't want the Rammaza. That means it is a must-win for them. And right now, FaZe inside of the hill, Simp trying to start to get a little bit hot. 13 kills to his name, leading the lobby.
Simp starting to really heat things up. Scump finally takes him down. That's 13 and 6 overall for Simp. Scump on your screen. Now making the approachment towards the hard point. From up high he's going to go. It's a 1v1 against Cellium. Just gets the better of him there, but still decent amount of time in the lead. It's going to be the Huntsman. FaZe now trying to push their way forward. That play from Simp cut down by Pristini. Not going to let him get anywhere near that left-hand side of the minimap. That's where the next hard point will be spawning. You see the gunshots raging now over the final 20 seconds here of Cargo. That's a nice bit of work from the Huntsman there. Pristini with the 3. Cleans them on up. We're going to get the remaining 10 seconds potentially. And they've got spawns for the next one.
I will say, this is obviously very patient play coming in from the Huntsmen as well. Anytime that they need to get a break, we saw it on P2, we saw it there. They're happy to take their time. If they only have one push, they're going to make sure that they can execute perfectly. Now for the Huntsmen, though, it's about perfectly making sure you get the hold. Try to lock down this money hill for a full 60 as FaZe is pouring a ton of pressure through the woods side of things. Formal in the hill, able to pick up 2. Tries to look for the next 2 players pushing around back when he's going to fall. I mean, someone for the Huntsmen needs to pick up those kills. Scump, you see in the feed, able to pick up 2. So far, so good.
He makes the back of the map safe, but can he find Cellium? No. Cell manages to infiltrate, finds the first kill, slips and slides and stays alive. Any more damage to be dealt here from Cell? No, he goes down. Major Maniac now making his way through mid. A nice 2-piece for his own. He hasn't had too many kills so far in the map, but again, the rotations are on point. aBeZy, the tip of the spear, now driving into the heart of the Huntsman, and he immediately hits the front door as well. Priest is there to back him up. Priest are now the remaining member of Atlanta FaZe here on the hard point, and it's been a decent break, a little late. Again, 10 seconds now remaining. RC's going to find the kill. The final few seconds go their way. Huntsman still with a commanding lead chance. And we go back over to another hard point.
Just beyond 50 points at the half, and keep in mind Cellium right now playing his life on the right side of the map, actually able to lock down those spawns for FaZe, and of course the Huntsmen, well, it is the two-folded goal that they have right now. Rack up as much time as possible, obviously that's always ever present, but trying to flip those spawns to get to that right side of the map, and well, at least on step number 1, they get some bodies inside the hill, but you see FaZe again. Cellium is now at the top left of the mini-map trying to set up for spawn kills, as you see Formal doing anything he can to just try to get through that front line.
All he can to just slip on through. He does go down eventually, and that's going to be at the hands of Sim. Makes safe the spawns. See Huntsman, far left-hand side of the map, have to make their way through the middle, pick up as much time as they possibly can, but they want those right-hand side spawns. They want to be in towards the next. Priest is trying to slow them down. A good bit of a kill there comes through from Pristini once again. Major Maniac now, the next line of defense, finds the first. Sim's cut up through middle, and again, Atlanta FaZe not able to take too much time from that opening hard point, but now we go in towards second. And it looks like it's theirs to be taken. They're going to get a solid 15 out of this one, I would say, before the Huntsmen even get close enough to truly contest. But here we go. FaZe have been pushed back. The Huntsmen on the approach.
Best clearance FaZe has had this entire game. Unnecessary to get at least close to that full 60. Pristini, though, on the attack, dealt with. You got players trying to flood in the front, dealt with too, and Arcides is going to fall as well. Best hold FaZe has had so far this entire game, and frankly, they get these final 35 seconds. They were getting beat on just about every single hill. They'll be right back into the game, but now Huntsman starting the flood. A couple players trying to slide through the front, but they get dealt with once again. Now Scump effectively that lone man looking for any sort of strat time he can get. He's got one teammate to help him, and at least for the moment, he's able to get through, try to stay alive and picks up 3, and maybe doing just a little bit to give his team that bump, take away a few seconds from FaZe, and make sure that you are nice and secure on that rotation. Huntsmen have the exact setup that they want.
Scump bought so much time for the squad there on that hard point alone. It was Formal, the other half of T2P. When he spawned up in mid-green, he went straight towards this next hard point. Flips open. Mine entrance it is. A good bit of work to get Atlanta FaZe back into this one, but here we go. Formal finding 2 kills from mid. Envoy gets cut to ribbons. It's going to be Pristini, though. He's watching the soft underbelly of FaZe, trying to catch those players out on the rotation. Formal once again. 2 kills in a row to his name. At M4, one of the most legendary in all of COD, now being put to work. But can it take the push now from FaZe? 3 members making their way forward. Scump finally makes his way into the fight. Pristini gets himself 2, and it's a solid hold. The hard point has changed hands for a fraction of a second. The Huntsman staying alive here. 20 seconds left chance. The minecart's been very good to them.
This has been Huntsman's hill through and through. You're exactly right. They have to be winning maybe 90-5 on this hill and this hill alone. Bumped up past that 40-second lead, and Cellium, well, he gets decimated. The number of FaZe players that just died trying to cross to the hill, it was 90% of them. aBeZy finally gets through, and then he gets cut down along the way. So Huntsman, they are very happy on this minecart hill. And frankly, on that rotation, potentially Envoy could have made the play. He does get dealt with, and now FaZe nice and secure over towards his cargo containers. But we know how that next hill is going to be. FaZe, they want as much time as possible, and already Pristini able to pick up 2 and get him out of the hill.
For it as well. Pristini's trying to push his players forward. This is a dead silence play. How many more can you catch coming out of bathrooms? There's 1. Up high, Major Maniac does just about get the kill on the Doom, and now FaZe still got an opportunity to get onto the point. Trophy systems have gone down. Major Maniac now from up high. Once the smoke clears, it should be easy picking, see what you can find, but no, looks like the Huntsmen look pretty safe at this point in time. And once again, Pristini, far left-hand side of the map, locking down spawns for the next one. Every step of the way, Huntsmen have been 1 foot ahead. Can they keep this one going as FaZe Now they start to foot race across the map. It's going to be number 5 leading the charge. It's going to be a Abizi in Celium in the forest, but you can see the respawns there, the reinforcements for the Huntsmen now starting to fortify this position.
It's about a 35-second game going into this hill for FaZe. They can give away a little bit of time because they don't get the early setup, but not any more than 30 seconds. Pristini knows the pressure might be coming all the way around the back of the map, and if it doesn't, Scump is going to be there on the side. And frankly, FaZe, all 5 players converging on this hill at the exact moment they need to. Scump able to take down 1, and the break is there. Envoy's able to pick up 2. Scump's able to pick up 2, and the first push is stopped.
Great bit of work now from the Huntsmen. This is good kills coming through. They have to contend with another wave now of FaZe players coming forward, but Envoy from behind. Envoy with the 2. He's cut those reinforcements to pieces. Scumpy, he and Arcity's on point are just going to eat him up, and it's going to be a 25 points for the win now. Huntsman looking to turn heads and stun the COD world with this opening map win. Pristini pushing the front line back. Abizi's in trouble. You have to get on the point. 10 now for the win chance. We could honestly see Huntsman do it here. There needs to be a contest. No one from Atlanta FaZe is in a position to get this one done. The final 5 seconds now ring through. There's the contest. Is that going to be enough to get the win and the tick? It's over! Huntsman take map number 1.
250, 166. Honestly, dominant fashion. About as clean of a gun runner as you could ask for. And again, a necessity, I think, for Chicago Huntsmen to get that map win. That was the only switch up that we had from the previous series. The game 1 ever important. And shout out Pristini, by the way. He dropped a .58 in this series last week. He's the guy that needed to step up, and he goes, what, 32 and 28, 49 seconds in the hill, leading the lobby and slaying. That is a massive win for the Huntsmen to get.
Big start to the series. Atlanta FaZe have yet to complete the regain from the loss against Dallas Empire. Huntsmen flying high right now. That's a convincing victory as well. 166 overall, as you can see the stats on screen. Oh boy, mate, we're in for a treat here. Search coming up next. I mean, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but last time they met was a game 5. Huntsmen have read the script. They've taken a pass at that one and they've said, no, thank you. We want to do things a little differently this time round. And so far, so good. Brilliant start to the series. Atlanta FaZe, though, not out of this just yet. We do have that Arklov Peach. Arklov Peak, search and destroy, and it's going to be a peach. How about that?
I was going to say, going to be an absolute Georgia peach of a map, Miles, as good as it's going to be. Even if, actually, no, we even got Atlanta. There you go. Maybe we'll have that little thing going their way. But again, the next 4 maps that we have in this series are all runbacks from just last week, right? So the reason that map one was so big is it already changes the pace. Last time it was Atlanta got off to the hot start on Ramaza. Chicago said no mas. So now what they're looking down for the rest of this series, Chicago comfortable on a St. Petrograd hardpoint for map 4. They won it earlier today, and obviously they beat Atlanta the last time they played against each other. We're going to an Arklov Peak next for Search and Destroy. Well, on the weekend, or at least throughout playoffs, the Huntsmen are 3-0. It's been their best Search and Destroy map the entire tournament, and obviously they also beat Atlanta the last time they played. So already Chicago's looking down a series of maps where they absolutely know that they can get the win. And of course for Atlanta, that bounce back, still a necessity. Not easy to come back after losing to the not umpires, even though if they are being judgmental. It's a long way to go for FaZe.
A long way to go. Arklov Peak coming up next. Well, speaking of Empire, Chance, obviously Empire have picked up a brand new super fan, and what I believe is also, I think, a co-owner in the Dallas Empire, Post Malone. We saw him getting absolutely lit on Instagram. He's pumped to be a part of the COD League now. He's very, very excited about this one. I think he's screaming like, let's go crazy. He's a big fan, man. What can I say? I'm waiting for some. Let's get some more tats on that, man. Let's get some Empire tats. You can see that envy crown right across that forehead. I'm telling you, man. But we're very happy to see Post Malone join the squad. And again, Empire sat there in that championship match in the finals. We're going to put another team alongside them after this series. And predictions are out the window. I'm sure all bets are off. We're ready to rock and roll into this one again. Arklov Peak, Search and Destroy. It will be a Georgia Peach. I'm sure about that one, mate. But Chance, I mean, you brought up the stats from the previous map, the previous series, I suppose, from the playoffs. Where do you sit these two teams now going into the Arklov Peak?
I think this is going to be a super tricky one because, again, they've had that extra week to prepare. And obviously, if you're preparing for something that might go to round 11, it is all about the details. So there was a couple themes from the map the last time these two teams played, one of which was Envoy, doing a great job on offense for the Huntsmen of watching the flank. He had a ton of different little angles that he was working from, and it seemed like he was constantly successful of just sniffing out those flanks and making sure nothing bad happened. So now if I'm FaZe, I'm thinking, okay, maybe we leave Malone on the flank. Don't even bother with it and go for those heavier stats attacks on defense over towards that A site. Of course, though, both sites going to be available. Both teams are very happy to wrap it back and forth in whatever direction. But in my mind, almost it seems like what we've seen, and this is something Clay talked about in his interview, all these teams are neck and neck. The round 11s are expected. All of the rounds are sort of won in fashions that are like typical. Like everyone has it down to the nitty gritty. It's all about those clutch moments, right? Who's going to be the one team that makes up for the bad situation they're put in because they didn't get those first bloods? Who can clutch that first 2v4 type situation? It's those type of hero plays that are going to win either team this map.
Maps and modes brought to you by the US Air Force. Arklov coming up next. That gun runner domination smack bang in the middle of the series will be a fun one. Of course, Petro Hardpoint, we've seen a few of those thus far today, and if we have to go the distance, Ramaza Search and Destroy. Now, Chance, it is time to get into game number 2. Atlanta FaZe, Chicago Huntsmen. Let's get into this one, my friend. And again, the Search will be a big win for the Huntsmen. Their first pick goes their way. FaZe with a strong record here on Arklov Peak. The question still remains, though. I mean, who's got the mental fortitude to keep rolling one map after another? And again, the question remains, can FaZe recover from that big loss against Dallas and now bring the fight to Chicago?
Arklov Peak, one of the toughest maps for FaZe to have to go into as well. Chicago, obviously, well-oiled, already been mentioned, but they're 3-0 throughout playoffs and champs on this map, even if some of those have been super tight. But I think this might genuinely be one of those maps where first bloods just reign king. Whichever team is able to get that early advantage in the round, both teams incredibly capable of capitalizing, and neither team really makes a ton of mistakes. Every now and then one slips through because it's Call of Duty, that happens, but well-oiled machines. And already for FaZe, you see the opening break, a ton of players leaning mid-map, but they're not in a rush of any sort. They're playing for picks.
Well, the player playing for picks, definitely be formal. Watching that mid-map push. I don't think anyone saw that, so great shots from Pristini. Not necessarily a wallbang, but the damage dealt there through the side of that house, that second floor, does go down. Major Maniac's going to be the first to fall there for Atlanta FaZe. Now on Envoy, watching the trench towards that B side of the map, so north side of the mini-map. Arstes, is he running a sniper as well? That was a...
He is running a sniper as well. I've been waiting for this for a long time, Miles. You can run a double snipe setup on this map. You can do it on Piccadilly, and it is incredibly difficult to deal with.
We've not seen a dual snipe setup since, what, Piccadilly way back when. But it hasn't seemed to phase Atlanta too much, as they've managed to pick up a couple of kills. Formal and Scum, T2P, still in the running now to keep the defense alive. It's going to be Scum, just trying to watch those two players coming through middle. Celium on that far left-hand side as they overwhelm the B site now. Can they get those players on the inside? Scum, Dead Silence activated now, trying to find his way forward. As he tiptoes silently forward. Any eyes on mid-map? No, there are two players now on the inside of the B-bomb site. Goes down, Scum! Can't quite catch the player on the escape. Bomb's gone down. 40 seconds now before it goes bang. Scump and Formal now playing retake. The shots were there, but again, Atlanta FaZe clean the round up decisively. Again, a 3 versus 2 situation there. Chance, not an easy one to win.
And that is just a ton of one-on-one gunfights that just come up big, right? Like you have varsities, maybe over challenges a little bit over towards trenches because aBeZy tears his head off. But you go up, what, for immediate round 1, 3v5 for FaZe, where they just make it look clean and easy towards the end. Talk about a massive just sigh of relief for the team. And frankly, now that we've seen the double snipe setup, it did not pay off right towards the end. That might be the last time that we see that potentially for the entire year. But Formal not going to shy away from it, not when he's got the hot hand. Looking towards this A side.
Back in towards A. Snipers up. What can he find? Gunshots through middle. That's going to be aBeZy just trying to lay some covering fire, and covering fire is not going to be enough to stop the nade come through. Pristini, first blood now for the Huntsman. Forward still watching over the A site, watching over that long line of sight. And Major Maniac's the only player nearby there, but again, low trench. He's going to be well covered. Expecting a push there towards the back of that broken house. Nades are starting to come through. Here's the smoke. Celium now pushing his way forward. This is a strat we've seen time and time again. Won't find anything towards B. Hit the wrap immediately and getting behind the attacking team.
Keep in mind, Envoy's been the guy watching the flank for his team, and right now Celium is creeping up behind him. By the way, the trades come in because of the nade. Major Maniac able to take down Arcades. 4v4, and that flank right now is wide open. Huntsmen have no idea Celium is behind enemy lines.
Scump. Trying to find something. Cells on the play. Here he goes. Is he going to be able to catch anything? 20 seconds remaining. Major Maniac on the front line finds Scump. Cell goes down from a snipe from Formal, and now it's a 3 versus 3. 15 remaining. A nice shot from Formal to find number 2 in the round. Can he find a third as he makes his way on towards the bomb site? Final 10. He's got to grab it. Can he make the arm? Is he going to be able to get kills? And he did no. FaZe with another round on the board.
And just no time. That was such a wild round from the Huntsmen where, you know, they get the first blood. Pristini, by the way, 2 for 2 in the first blood category, but no conversions coming through. And frankly, they just sat turtled in their base for so long that by the time they wrap out, Selim actually got great timing on the flank. Even if he gets dealt with, obviously you see the time on the clock. There was just no hope of that. As soon as the picks come through over towards trenches for FaZe, pretty much a GG, at least for the round. Now, despite the fact that 2 first bloods have gone to Huntsmen and how clean and easy and mistake-free I was expecting this game to be, right now FaZe taking full advantage.
How long can I keep this one going? Again, this could be the mental reset that Atlanta FaZe sorely needed. Oh, I think no, but BZ does get caught down there. Pristini just caught well true wind of that player, but it doesn't matter. Priester with an opening kill. 4 versus 4. The bomb has made its way very, very close to that B house. It's going to remain on these players once again. Formal with another big snipe. He has been on point so far. The bomb down in a very open position. He does have eyes on it. It will be difficult to catch a sliding player on the pickup there, but Simp, he's going to go for it. Simp's going to go for the bomb. Oh, there it is. He does get out. We heard the 50 cal shots. 2 of them there. Simp dodges, ducks, and dives. Retrieves the bomb. And now the play is still at foot. 4v3. Jump. Makes it a little bit harder now for FaZe to try to find something here in this 4 versus 2 chance, but they're going to be able to get on the bomb site.
FaZe has already clutched a few times, but those doors are super loud. Huntsmen have to know what the play is. A couple players wrapping through to come mid-map, and boys got the bomb check. Player number 1 falls, and the second falls in short order. This has now been 3 rounds in a row where Huntsmen get a pretty strong advantage, where Formal is sniping everything in sight. The man doesn't miss unless you got a wall for cover. And that is the first round Huntsmen have actually able to convert. But frankly, I mean, in my mind, and to a certain extent, at least off the rip on the rounds, they've had the hot hand. It's all about those mid-round adjustments. Of course, now that they are back on offense, just got to make sure, get those first bloods again, whether it be Formal with the snipe or if Pristini can just keep finding them in various ways. He's been trying to tie this game up.
We go again. Envoy with the early cover there behind the front of the bar. Shots over towards these players, making their way in and towards Broken. He's going to be able to just peek out and maybe help here. There's a push. Damage dealt, not quite enough to get the wallbang though, still. Decent mid-map presence now being fully controlled by the Chicago Huntsmen. A site looking dangerous still, and Formal actually does manage to take care of Cell over towards B. So if that doesn't tell you the play is happening towards B, I don't know what will, but now it's on FaZe to try to find some way of picking up these kills through mid.
Champs Formal and Champs Scump hit different. Flank, by the way. Arcides, he's watching his Simp, by the way, just running straight at him. Able to dodge the nade, back to full health, and frankly, he's up close with the MP5, and he's able to take him down. Simp with the moves, but even still, 3v3 in the Huntsman at the site, able to get that bomb down.
Goes down. Major Maniac with a nice wallbang there on a Scump, just right through the side there of the hotel. But here we go, 3v2. Pristini still has that dead silence. Formal watching the backside of the B house. Pristini now in a 1 versus 1. That's huge from Formal. Takes care of 1. Priester makes it a little bit harder on a Pristini though. So now it's a 2 versus 1. Formal gears up. Gets himself an M4. He still has dead silence to work with. However, those open doors, Formal doesn't care. He's going for the chow. He's just going to go straight in. Doesn't catch anyone. 15 seconds remaining on the clock now. Formal. Breach and clear. Finds the first. There's 12 seconds remaining. He probably doesn't have enough time to get this, but he's got to check the bomb. Go for it! Just about! I don't think Simp got there in time, and he does dip off the bomb. Formal. Great bit of work. Whether it's the snipes, whether it's the M4, whether it's the timing of the clock, great stuff out of Huntsman.
Champs Formal hits different. Straight beams, he chows everything, and the man does not miss. Completely on point. West Coast doesn't make a bit of difference. And again, it cannot be understated. This is 4 rounds in a row where Huntsmen have been able to develop like a clear-cut advantage, whether you're getting the bomb down in a 4v3, which granted Major Maniac with the wall bangs makes the thing a little bit easier. But they've been like out-strategizing at least off the rip against FaZe. FaZe has just had a bit more of that clutch factor, but frankly, that seems to have ended. They need to get some of these first bloods, and they are aggressive toward this.
Yeah, FaZe don't care. They're going straight in. This is an overwhelming push in towards A. The stun's going to slow a BZ for a moment, but they're all in. All 5 players of Atlanta FaZe now hit the A site. bomb goes down. The kills start, though, and it's going to be the Huntsman to get the party started. With that bomb down. Playing retake right on point. Can Formal Sniper once again find something special here? And Christina's going to find the kills. I mean, honest to God, Formal finds another shot there. It's going to be 30 seconds on the bomb, but it's a 4 versus 2. There are not enough members of Atlanta FaZe here. Even with big shots like this from Major Maniac, they just still have the numbers. Can they keep the defense holding? Major Maniac finds another one. There's 20 seconds left. Envoy's up next. Can the Major get it done? No, he won't. Cell now. Final 15 chance. Finds the first. Cellium can't quite get any more, and there is... Wait. No, he's not there in time. FaZe with another round.
Too clean, absolutely too clean. The defensive hold, Cellium gets a little bit of credit because he gets that final kill, but Major Maniac, you even called it out, like there's not enough players, there's nothing they can do, and he just plays it perfectly, holds the angle, takes the first player down, and frankly, the spot that he's in, really the Huntsmen don't have a ton of angles they have to challenge him from. They have to go back to the exact same spot. Major Maniac wins his second 1v1 gunfight and just seals the deal. So even though all the kills didn't go their way, even though Formal is still sniping everything in sight, they got the bomb down with the aggression, and they clutched up once again.
This is a gauntlet for both these teams. Here we go. A slower one now for the Huntsmen. Going to work in off of an opening kill. But no, it's going to be Sim running out and about in no man's land. Absolutely fearless. Takes care of Pristini on the opening kill. Quick bomb retrieval. Envoy does have it. Now a slow and steady push on the defensive side now, in on towards A. But you can see, Huntsmen are there. Formal now brings the boomstick to the front line. Can he catch anything? And again, A, we expect a lot of snipers here. FaZe have not really been able to counter him. 40 seconds remain, chance. And it's a slow and steady assault now from the Huntsmen.
You can see the Huntsmen actually just trying to distract. They're just shooting at air, effectively trying to get a player to peek out and challenge, but Formal wasn't given anything to work with, and with 30 seconds left, you got to get the bomb down, and well, the flank might not be there, but Major Maniac with the challenge, able to take down one, 3v4.
3v4, bomb's going to be going down. You've still got Formal watching the flank. Arsty's that player on the far forward side, but again, the damage being dealt by these stuns and smokes, and here we go. Surely a push from FaZe. Great shot through the smoke from Abizi. That's a huge kill. Now Priester making his way through the trench. Making a lot of noise. Formal still by the broken house. Arsty's may not have heard anything, though, as the defenders start to fall, and there's ample time to get the defuse. The retake was nearly perfect. FaZe with the round.
And something that really is just standing out to me is the week of preparation that these teams have had. It seems like Chicago on offense is incredibly concerned about these flanks coming through. Even the last time they played, Envoy had to bring out 3 or 4 different spots just to kind of keep that defense. And even still, every time on offense, Chicago is basically just turtling up in their spawn and trying to wait for this flank to come through. The timing has never been on their side, whether it's Cellium getting through or Simp even finding that first blood. But right now, the opening strat that Chicago has had, it has not really been paying off for them. FaZe have been on a tear. And again, there's always just someone that's able to find a way to get through, get that pick, and just make their job that much easier.
Couple of clean rounds there from Atlanta FaZe, now giving them the advantage. But an offensive round now. Once again, they're all in on A. 5-man push. Exactly the same as last round. Abizi does have that dead silence to work with. He's going to make his way forward, but the nades are there. The read, the hard read from Chicago obliterates Abizi. Bomb's still going to go down. Arsty's playing this slow. Just watching that opening entrance from the trench there, and Formal once again, the snipe from top hotel. Again, a very popular position for this snipe to be in. Priester with his head in a swivel. Shots everywhere. And he's doing the best he can not to expose himself to the sniper Formal, but it's not enough! He's going to get taken out as well! 25 seconds now left, chance, and Scum in from behind. He's going to find more and more kills, and it's a perfect retake, this time from the Huntsman. 5-0, 20 left on the clock. A great round.
In the deja vu of the exact same scenario, right? FaZe defending after they get the bomb plant with the man down. And the setup was almost the exact same as well. Priest on bomb, Major Maniac in the cut, and you see the challenge at the end. RCs gets the kill. Scump was right behind him for the double challenge. And honestly, in that situation, I really just feel for Priesta. Like, that's almost like Formal has hit every shot available. You know you're going to die. You're trying to keep a head on a swivel as much as possible. And literally, he peeks out just for an extra half second. Formal immediately just drops him. having a fantastic game so far, but obviously FaZe still in the lead. Chicago, they need something different on offense, and they're going for the A
Going for the A push. Hall puts the sniper away, but oh boy, FaZe bring the sniper out. I mean, this is one of those moments you're like, okay, they made a good read on us, and this is going to be a very tough fight to win. But here we go. It's all or nothing. Glory isn't given, and the Huntsmen are going to go take it right down through the middle of A. No kills just yet. Scump, he may be able to find one there. Oh, he swings for the fences, and sadly, it's a team kill. Envoy with a team kill. That's unfortunate. But it's not enough to slow the push down. Envoy finds another. Arsty's now finding kills of his own. Christini gets into the mix. That's going to be a nice 3 versus 2. Simp with the sniper. Beezy at the fence as well. And just like that, Chance, it's all teammates. Simp, Beezy, Arcetes, and was Pristini, but he's dead now. The older United roster goes at each other. Arcetes levels the playing field. Abizi versus Arcetes. 30 seconds. No bomb in hand. Abizi with the power position. And this is just going to be a straight up 1v1! Arcetes wins it! And we're all tied up 4-4.
Arcetes just adopted the Tiny Terrors, his brand new children, and Abizi, honestly, if they were just able to flip spots, if it could have been Simp up top and Abizi a little bit closer, it would have been perfect. But he felt the pressure, he wanted to be down low, he needed to be closer to the gunfight, and it just was not favorable to him. Huntsman with the Knights bounce back, the adjustment was there with the strategy, just the hard 5-man A push, just commit to the gunfights, the trench push on point. At 2v2. Beautiful stuff from Alec.
He's got the whole E-United squad as signatures on his gun. Envoy. Oh, wow. The tag's there. Takes care of Simp. Arsty's now with a big nade onto Abizi. And this is a fantastic opening start. Major Maniac with a perfect read there on the sniper formal. Sadly not able to get the shot off, but slow this one down now. Atlanta FaZe are in trouble. Actually, Arsty's with a snipe there. But slow this one down for FaZe. They're very, very spread right now across the map. One in towards the field by B, one in the middle of the map. And again, the bomb carrier. Wow, Major Maniac leveling the playing field as much as he possibly can. One more kill and it's even Stevens.
Let's keep in mind, round one, we saw the double snipe set up and FaZe immediately, right off the rip, clutched a 3v5, potentially on their way to doing the exact same thing once again, but of course, time is ticking on Arklov as it always does. Formal actually, not the double sniper setup, he's got the M4 up top. Scump able to find a kill as well and sell him by his lonesome, and Envoy with the cheeky spots. He's got 17,000 of them on this map, and there's another one at his disposal. Much cleaner round coming in from the Huntsmen on defense, who have now won 3 back-to-back-to-back.
The adaptation is there. The mental game from FaZe starting to waver. The off angles from Envoy, the blistering skill from Formal. That little bit of magic from Arcetes. Whatever it is, you name it. Huntsmen have got it right now. One more round. They take the lead in the series. FaZe not out of the woods just yet. You can see now on the Huntsman on the offense, looks like a bit of a lean in towards that B site. But again, the read is on point from Atlanta FaZe. Can they capitalize? Simp with the exceptional shots downrange. First blood.
There's a lot of adjectives. Exceptional is definitely one of them. That works. Good lord. Just the, you think Envoy has the perfect read. Simp, though, next level awareness. And either way, the slow approach through mid-map for the Huntsman. A man down. Not wanting to see another round 11, trying to make something happen. And Pristini already by the doors in for FaZe. It doesn't look like anybody's inside the building. A ton of players over by A, and Arcetes is actually able to pick up one.
Arcetes finds one. It's very slow, quiet, creeping towards the bottom of the bar. The stun's going to make things a little noisier. Perfect nades now from Abizi. Damage dealt and everything. I mean, he just has to check every corner now. There's so many angles to play from in this position. Again, Dead Silence tells you just that. He can be quiet. Pristini has backed on out. He made a lot of noise. Quick transition over towards A. In this 4 versus 4, Simp's on the defense. Eyes are up. The gun's up. The damage is dealt, but he's not going to be able to get the kill. He's not going to be able to get it. Wait, he finds one. Simp now. The teammates are there. Priest backs him up. 4 versus 2. Simp once again. He just pops his head out. He's playing whack-a-mole right now, and it's a bad day gone wrong as Arcetes now tries to get involved. Shots are there. And it's 1 versus 3. The clock is ticking, and it's done. It's burritos for everyone. Round 11. Here we go.
Burritos for all, but around 11, the exact same thing happened last time these two teams played. Chicago came out with the win in that one. Of course, for FaZe, well, they won map 1 last time around. It doesn't pay their way. They need the bounce back. And frankly, for Simp, phenomenal plays over on top of that bomb site. The timing was almost perfect for the Huntsman, but Simp stuck around for just long enough, able to pick up 3 on the round. Now FaZe back on the attack. They've seen it a few times from them. They're going to shove it down towards this A site. aBeZy's been picked off in trenches once or twice, though. They need to be a little bit more careful.
See, the nades absolutely found no one, but RC's now with a snipe. Nades are up. Trophies are up. You know the fight's here. This is it. It's all or nothing. Slight moments of panic while everything just sort of rings out. And again, once the guns stop, that's when the real fight begins. Priester with the bomb going down. He's going to make this. Whoa, there it is from aBeZy. The first kill comes through. Arsty's now still with that snipe in hand. Nade still going over the top. The trophies are doing their job, saving these players from those projectiles. And Arsty's, though, he's been going pretty hard in the pixels thus far in this tournament. Snipe in this dying moment would be exceptional. But again, Simp in the trench finds another kill. 4 versus 3. Priester backing him up. Over the top comes Envoy, finds the first kill. Shots are going to be there. Major Maniac backs on up once again. That broken full position as Priester takes care of Scum. It's a 2v3. It's now a 2 versus 1. Pristini, you've got to do the magic here. 10 seconds remaining. Finds the first kill. Pristini makes his way forward. He's going to run out of time on the clock, and it's going to be done. Cellium, he hides just long enough, and the big brain plays for either side come to a close. Atlanta FaZe tie the series up.
A-site dominance towards the end on offense. That was like 3 rounds in a row for FaZe where they just bullied their way to get that bomb down at A. And they've had it twice where they're doing so with the man disadvantage, one of which they clutched. This time, though, no one falls. aBeZy doesn't get caught by the nades in trench. The clearance they had with the nades off the rip to take down that hill and make sure that is at least clear. You get that bomb down as quick as possible. And if FaZe can do it in a 3v5, they can certainly do it in a 5 versus 5. The round 11 win in FaZe, you talk about the clutch they needed to have. There was at least 4 rounds, I think, that game where they're getting picked apart left and right, and they still found ways to convert. For them, phenomenal bounce back, and for Huntsman, that might be a map that ends up haunting
What a
them.
saga. Don't forget to text GAST 102 to 88822 to redeem yourself a free burrito. We're eating good tonight, friends. What a map, though, Chance. I hate to pull this one away from some fine grub, but we are going to look at our US Army tactical play now. It was round 11. FaZe, I mean, it did come down to the wire. Numbers played their advantage, Chance. You know, the gunshots were there, the skill was there, but I mean, what happened in the end here?
I mean, just so many things that FaZe does right. They have enough bodies on the map that they can basically double stack trenches, and Arcity just flies out. Might have been a miscommunication. He might have thought him and Scump were challenging out at the same time, but even if they did, both probably would have fallen. It was the guy that had to run up top, Envoy, to get the clearance, and then by the time that Pristini is actually here to make the play, just simply no time on the clock. And Cellium, the perfect play that he made before is just, hey, waste time, hide behind the box, buy yourself an extra couple seconds, and get that guarantee. But it's just a similar thing. Not enough time for the Huntsman to appropriately retake the site, just not enough on the clock, and FaZe again as clutch as always.
Tied up 1-1 here in this electric series, as clutch all round it seems to be the case. But now we're going to a domination when we return after this very, very quick break. Map number 3 in this elimination matchup here at the CDL Championships. Hope you're enjoying the show. Hope you enjoy that burrito. Live from Verdansk. See you in a minute.
Call of Duty League is brought to you by Metro. Watch the best at their best with unlimited data from Metro, all on T-Mobile's nationwide 5G network. Metro, everything you need to rule your day. Thank you to Xperia by Sony, official mobile partner of the Call of Duty League. The new Xperia 1 Mark II smartphone brings you the ultimate mobile gaming experience, with a cinema-wide 4K OLED display and more technology to enhance your gameplay. Tournament audio and team chat listenings are brought to you by Astro Gaming, the official headset and mix amp of the Call of Duty League. Join the Astro family and order the CDL A40TR headset and Pro Team speaker tags today at astrogaming.com. Mountain Dew Game Fuel, the official energy drink of the Call of Duty League. Call of Duty League is brought to you by Metro. Watch the best at their best with unlimited data from Metro, all on T-Mobile's nationwide 5G network. Metro, everything you need to rule your day. TeamSpeak, the official broadcast communication partner of the Call of Duty League. The US Army, what's your warrior? PlayStation 4, the official platform partner of the Call of Duty League.
Why, hello, I didn't see you there. Welcome back to the Call of Duty League. It's champs, baby. It's championship weekend, and we're here live from the underbelly of the Verdansk Stadium here in the US Air Force Command Center. It smells fantastic down here, quite musty. It smells like victory. But we're ready to rock and roll into our next map soon. But before we get into that one, we have a quick video of some of the best and worst of the Astro caster comms from this season. Hold me, Chance. Hold me.
Oh. And we are on camera, the hotter it gets, and I start removing pieces of clothing. I've got both socks here. Oh, nice, Clay. This is love. It's just love. Well, what's happening in that room? I don't know that I want to know.
You can throw whatever you want. Eggs, doesn't matter. It can taste good. Ranch dressing, I've seen that done before. Ooh. Delicious as always. Pizza, you can't go wrong.
That is a lot of hair on the man on the left. It only took 2.5 hours to trim me down only 2.5 to what vaguely resembles a human being on the right-hand side.
Yeah, it is draining my soul.
Look at the size of this thing. It's huge.
Did you just pick up your ring light and show?
Massive, man. that thing, it's like a tanning bed. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be tan once this is done. Dashy and I have something special. I'm Bald Dashy. He's Dashy. There's a connection there, and I have to agree with whatever he says. That is my walking duo. We've been dominating in Verdansk as of late.
You know, I was thinking like that first image of me with so much hair, Chance, we've taken all that hair and put it on both Bald Dashy and Bald Dashy from that final image, and we would be completely covered. There'd just be two Dashies in that point in time. We would have no idea which one's which. We'd have to see them on the sticks, and even then, same. All right, let's get into the game. Right. We got some stats before we roll into this one, brother. This is going to be a goodie. Again, we do that. Have domination coming up next, and these are the map and mode records of these two teams overall.
I mean, again, we're almost seeing like the opposite series that we saw last time around, where previously it was Chicago that won the round 11 on Arklov. This time it was FaZe, the first hardpoint map. Last time around, it was FaZe that won by like 80 points. This time it was Chicago that won by like 80 or 90 points. It is literally just the storyline has been flipped. Of course, for FaZe, they don't want that to continue. They want to pull off this domination and win it again, as on this exact same map just a week ago. They pulled it off on Gunrunner, 167 to 150.
Wow. There's no cigar. But here we go into this one again. This is to take the lead in the series of what will be an absolute gauntlet. Again, we thank you for joining us. Many fans, old and new, Call of Duty fans alike. Whether you're just passing by here on YouTube, whether your friends have screamed at you to watch this because Envoy's a beast, bro, Simpson absolutely dude. Whatever it may be, we welcome you. Game 3. Let's get into this one, Chance. I'm rip-roaring ready to go here, brother. Give me that gun runner. Give me that gun runner.
I feel the exact same way, but I just, you know, maybe without that, like, angry type of growling energy, but I feel the exact same way, and if there's any player that I'm keeping an extra special eye on, it's Pristini, right? Again, last time they played last week, he dropped a .58 overall in the series, but he was getting a ton of those first bloods we saw in the Search and Destroy, and map number 1, he was the Fry Master, dropped, I think, 31 kills, led the lobby, and I think a little bit of pressure still on him, because obviously for Chicago, they got to kick it up just an extra little notch to make sure they get the Gunrunner win.
How great can you go? Is the question again. These two teams are trying to push themselves past what was a fantastic season, really, for both of them. I mean, up and down for Chicago. Atlanta FaZe never missed the semi-finals. 2 home series victories, you name it. I mean, they were great. RST's in mid. Priest finds those opening kills, so towards the B flag we go, and it's just going to be back and forth. But it does look like FaZe have the numbers here to maybe make the cap stick, and it looks like they could get it done. Forward gets involved a little later. Beast is going to be there for the team kill, but also the cleanup. Now, if you can hold these members back, they can finish the capture on B. There it is. FaZe now starting to accumulate some real points.
And they're putting pressure on A as well, so eventually they might be able to run it up. One of the things we saw from Chicago earlier is they are great when they get control of making sure that they can get those holds. Unfortunately, though, if you don't have control, it might be FaZe trying to do the exact same thing. The B flag does go away the Huntsman, but you have FaZe 2 bodies over around this A flag. One of them gets dealt with. The second falls in short order, but aBeZy is here to try to put that pressure on. But it looks like Chicago, nice response. They get that B flag back and secure, but still that A pressure ever present right now from FaZe Clan, pouring it on.
FaZe Clan really trying to make something work here, and again, you can see the push down from behind from Major Maniac. Be interested now go into an Astro Gaming listen in with Atlanta FaZe.
Yeah. Hold left if you can, whoever's left.
Watch your pinch and see him. Watch your pinch.
I'm back in.
I'm baby.
Back left,
then.
Nice, Chris.
I'm finessing A. I'm finessing A. They're gonna still behind us. Yeah, they might. They're gonna be another guy on the A though.
I'm holding secret. I'm holding secret.
Some B.
Play kills right here. Play kills right here. I'm stun left.
Got it. Help me, P3. Go right, Tyler.
I'm playing P3. Yeah, one to stun me.
I look half.
Yeah, they're trying to stun me. I'm good.
I look half. Yeah, Tyler, just hold that. I have help on the cross too.
Yeah, one's on me left.
One's crossing force. One's hitting force. Force dead.
I saw him.
I don't see anybody green. Short. One of you hit out. One of you hold right. One of you just go right. Reach out. Short weak. I'm making your pipes. I have pipes. Nice. Nice. Secret.
Nothing right
now. One of you heading mid. Heading pipes. I mean.
I pipe right now with you.
Pipes done. Nice. I'm taking them to Tyler. You can on B. One scheme. They're heading.
They could be rock.
It was Matt B. On team secret.
I didn't stun him.
Tracks right now. Open crate on me.
Pipes.
I pipe.
Yeah, yo, 2 on me. Show me right. I got one.
They were staying for time.
They're trying to heavy. Yeah, yo, 2 mid. They're mid right.
A1 shot.
Foremost right.
Force Matt. And one's gonna be here too.
Listen, yeah, spawn B. They're gonna spawn back.
There's 2 ramp. I needed your ramp.
One shot dead.
Nice.
One shot C. Going.
Trying to stay B. Stay B.
They have to hop it. They're
hitting middle. They're hitting middle. Envoy and Matt are back A. Envoy and Matt are back A. He's deep.
Back A.
Looking for Envoy. MC, good shit.
Envoy.
Chances FaZe starting to take things over. 3 in a row for Cell, just taking care of the back end of A. I mean, mate, was there anything from the listening that really stood out to you there? I mean, it just seems cool right now for FaZe.
I was about to say, if anything, it's just about like the collective that they've been able to bring together. It's any time like they were pushing for the A flag for so long. It took them like 3 or 4 tries, but they stabilized. Now they have a 20-point lead. Of course, the Huntsmen, now they have pressure over towards that A flag and over towards B as well. The B flag does go their way. The A flag has not yet been capped because of aBeZy, well, he was on a tear, 9 kills to his name. And it looks like finally Huntsmen able to stabilize something as this A flag cap comes through. With a minute and a half left, it's necessary for them to get this to try to get back in.
But how long can they hold B? I mean, already you're seeing 2 members of FaZe there. It's going to be one player who gets right in on top of it. Envoy, he finally managed to stop this one. Formal brings the M4 to the party now and gets a couple of kills there. Nice job on a Major Maniac as well. And there we go. We may have a bit of breathing space. Just stop the capture there. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Formal takes a couple of heavy tags. And that player's been made neutral now. As Priester, he was trying to hit the flank there and he's cut out. C-Flag's been made safe. Selim now trying to really make a nuisance of himself, and he does. A nice 2 kills now, trying to make him towards the back end of the B flag, but B still in the hands of the Huntsman chance. Still theirs. Formal has not moved in quite some time. Truly playing that AR role to perfection. Envoy now leading the charge. Smoke's going to be out now. Final 38 seconds of this round remain, and I must admit, it's a good bounce back from the Huntsman. The last few moments here of this B flag have been great. FaZe with the magic to start the round off. Couldn't quite keep it going all the way.
FaZe, it's that last-ditch effort, just trying to get this B flag, just to get as many points as possible towards the end, but they're just getting cut down in short order, decimated along the way, and it's a similar situation to what we saw from Chicago earlier today. As soon as they can get their setup, as soon as they get control, you get Formal posted up over by Moncarts with the AR, you get that presence inside a vent room, then they just never get it up. As soon as they're able to stabilize, they never let go. Of course, for FaZe, did a good enough job at the start of the round to just flood in over towards the A and built themselves a nice enough lead that when Chicago eventually got through, there was not enough time on the clock for them to be able to extend their lead. And of course, because of how close this series has been, a tied game going into the second half.
It's only fitting, right? It's only fitting. Second half now, though. FaZe spawning A side. C side is going to be all Huntsman. What are we going to see off the rip? Are we going to see the overextension in towards A? Selim's going to be the one pushed through Forest. He's going to be able to catch these players, potentially. M4 in the right place at the right time, but he's going to look both ways. He's got 3 Huntsman members coming his way. Scum Doesn't even need the rest of them. They're going to clean him up, push it forward. Now it falls to Priester. He's got to defend this flag essentially alone. Can't quite get that one done either. Huntsman with the OE. They are going to take the A flag if they can find a couple more kills.
And I will say, Pristini able to pick up the double kill on B is huge, because now you see the spawn out coming in for FaZe. Already Chicago, that's exactly what they want. They'll give up that B flag early on. They just want to get the A side first. That job is taken care of. Of course, FaZe do get the response. They're going to be able to cap this C flag back up. But now Formal, exactly where he wants to be. Chicago, the opening break was done so well.
A good side of B now in the hands of the Chicago Huntsmen. Pristini starting to really come alive. 16 and 10, the vibes must be flowing. Let's have a quick vibe check in now with our Astro Gaming Listen In with the Chicago Huntsmen.
He's gonna run away there.
P3.
I'm holding him.
They're hitting through.
It wasn't pressure.
Got me, you. Tyler's gonna hop over halfway right now. Tyler's hopping over halfway.
Force major right now. He's going jump to A.
P3 and on B.
Major's on A.
P3 on A.
In the truck.
They're gonna push boxes, guys.
On truck.
There's no one truck. Back right. He went to the right, guys.
He's hurt.
They need boxes, guys. They're P3.
P3 ship right now.
I'm heading. Kill me.
I need it.
Sip, come in, heading.
There's two P3 guys. No one sip.
Don't on me, Clay.
Yo, listen. We're gonna get C. We're gonna go through B to A, okay?
Yeah,
After we get C.
I like it.
After we get C.
I'm going lockers right now.
How many pressing?
Bathroom. Hit short.
Yo, back left.
I'm laying down lockers. I'm keeping lockers right now.
Bathroom.
I'm looking top left. Push short.
He's still bathroom. I'm backed up.
I'm smoking this. Let's
I
stop.
give it back.
He's in bathroom.
I don't see lockers.
They can
Got me.
I'm holding dark pinch. He's dark. I'm holding dark. We need to see.
I need to fight the flag.
I killed one.
P3 shooting me. I'm absolute deal.
I have your
He
push.
killed me, bro.
He was in dark. He's in the left corner.
He got me, dark got me.
Let's go deep sea. Got me B, guys. Let's go.
From bathroom. In bathroom.
Let's go for us, guys. Let's go for us.
We heard the clean comms from the Huntsmen. They're full calling the shots. We're going to grab C, push through B and towards A. They managed to get towards B, but FaZe chance, they held the line.
Yeah, I mean, the pressure game from FaZe is too on point. They had so much pressure at C that Formal's plan really never could take action in any capacity. And now, of course, for the Huntsmen, they are spawning so far away back behind the C flag. They only have one man that's towards A. He gets dealt with very quickly. Major Maniac able to pick up the kill. And now FaZe still, that pressure being poured on. They got Showers control. Simp is going to go get Crates control. He's going to control whatever he wants. He's on a 6 spree, on a tear.
Absolute tear right now for Chris Lair. 16 and 10 overall. He's going to stop, slow down, tie up the shoelaces, whatever he wants. Make sure he wash your hands after leaving those bathrooms. He's about to commit murder! As he guns Scump and he gives him a couple right in the glizzy. And now we're going to see the push over towards B on the defense. Can Huntsman now push out of this one? Can they get onto the B flag chance? A minute 20 now remaining, a minute 30. And I must admit, FaZe, they're just looking nasty, man. They're looking mean.
And boys looking pretty good too, though. At the way it stands right now, 20-point deficit on this B flag. Not only do the Huntsmen need to cap this effectively, immediately they're gonna have to push through and at least get a neutral on A at some point. But you look at the feed, it is nothing but FaZe. Even getting some team kills in for good measure. Formal though, trying to be the guy to make the play as that B flag does get captured. While he's doing that, Priesta is on C.
It's not over just yet. Priest is on C though. Formal still trying to make something happen at A. B's been made neutral. Final minute now. 50 seconds remaining. Formal could do everything in this situation. He can't. He's gunned by Simp. The respawns were there still. A flag is going to be nowhere near theirs. The final few moments, I mean, you have to go for the trip cap. You have to get it done. Abeezy's now going to be here. He's managed to slip through. No dead silence or anything. He's on the hunt now. He's finding Scump from behind. Gets one. 30 seconds now remaining. The clock is going to continue ticking. And this looks like FaZe may well take the lead in the series chance. And what a run it has been. Gun Runner Dom. All FaZe. A couple of great moments from the Huntsmen, but they have certainly come alive. The final 20 now. It is over, mate. It is finished. We're going into another hard point. Atlanta FaZe finally take the lead. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
And look, I'll be the one to say it, right? Like off the rip, tip the cap to aBeZy, 29 kills. He might be able to throw up 30 on board towards the end. Just pay your respects, played phenomenally. But Simp, shooting bodies. Miles, we've watched COD for a long time. There is a storied history of shooting bodies and then choking immediately after. And especially so if you come at the king, you best not miss. And Simp, he is bringing that challenge to the table, feeling confident with the 2-1 lead they now have. Going into the Petro, though, it's been a great bounce back map for Chicago. Simp needs to make sure he comes in guns
blazing. Man, I just feel like that's what we're dealing at right now is everyone is on form, like true form. Like this is some of the peak performances we're seeing out of some of these players, like the decision making's on point. Everyone understands how to play domination so well now. This hardpoint is going to be this is going to be an incredible map. An incredible map. Again, we're running this series back. The first time these two teams met in the playoffs earlier, FaZe managed just to edge the series out 3-1. The maps are all the same. Aside from that first map with Chicago won, the maps are all the same. Chance, we're going the distance, man. Let's have a quick look at the stats, but we're definitely going the distance. I hope you're comfortable, COD fans. I hope you're really comfortable, because we're going to Game 5. We're going all the way.
5, but I'll say, like, as much as I want it, FaZe, at least for that, they seem to be feeling very confident. They seem to have the momentum in their favor. They had a ton of clutches in the search and destroy. That was a fairly convincing win in the domination once again. It seems like any time that they were on the bad side, the A pressure they were put on, just with that constant overextension, eventually was enough to break through. And frankly, just outplayed the Huntsmen in that regard. The Petrograd is where things get spicy, just because, again, the last time they played, Huntsmen got the win, which is great for the Game 5s. But after shooting bodies, like after shooting Scump's body at Champs with however many people watching, like, that is tough. That is not going to be easy to close this out. But obviously, FaZe feeling confident. And hopefully for them, it doesn't bite them in the butt.
Hopefully, but we'll
for them. Hopefully for them.
We'll see how we go, mate. It's a long series yet. We do have another one coming up, but still, this is all we're playing for. To be the 2020 Call of Duty League champion, but Empire waiting in the wings, gearing up for what will be an unforgettable day of Call of Duty tomorrow. One series. And again, the winner of FaZe and Huntsmen will be meeting them in the final. This is potentially a $300,000 game of hardpoint for Atlanta FaZe. For Huntsmen, it is a chance to bounce back in the series and see how far they can go on that Rammaza search and destroy. I mean, I know there are Call of Duty fans all over the world right now who've chewed their fingernails to the bone. And this Petrograd hardpoint coming up next. This is the last chance the Huntsmen have in this series to push the distance. And there, the records on your screen. 10-4 for FaZe, 7-2 for Huntsmen.
It is a good map for both teams, and again, FaZe, that's why they're not going to shy away from it. But of course, at least in the head-to-head, Chicago did have their number. Beat them by 54 points the last time around. We even saw earlier this morning when Chicago was playing against London Royal Ravens, they looked phenomenal on St. Petrograd. I mean, played about as perfectly on that map as you could really ask for. So it is a great map for both of these teams. Of course, that just means even like the opening break could be a difference maker if the team that's on the bad side is able to get that flip off the rip. If someone's able to go crazy, because right now we just had aBeZy drop, 29 kills over in that domination. Absolutely lights out. And we've had Pristini having himself a hell of a series overall. Again, quite a few first bloods in the search and destroy. Led the lobby in slaying in the hard point, and even put up for his team and was leading his team at the very least in slaying in the domination. So really, it's a different story than last time around where he dropped the .58 and still saw the Game 5. Now it's the rest of the team that needs to kick it up just a little bit on the bounce back St. Petrograd just to see another Rammaza, the Rammaza potentially to end it all.
Well, we're not there yet. Game 4. We're getting there. We're getting there. Petrograd. Hard point. This is match point for Atlanta FaZe. We're saying it like we've written them off already. Like we're definitely going to a Game 5. I think the COD gods demand it. I mean, this is champs after all. Come on, man. After the year we've all had, give us that Game 5. Make it as crazy as possible. Once again, for the Huntsmen fans, make it as just... Let's do this. Match point for Atlanta FaZe. For them, a $300,000 game of hardpoint. $300,000.
Very expensive map over here in Russia. And of course, Huntsman on that good side off the rip. It's all about making sure you stabilize and if not, get a ton of that early time, which obviously they're in full control. Make sure no one slips through the cracks and gets around and tries to flip those spawns. And Major Maniac, the player trying to do it. Pristini takes them down, and now you got the M4s in the hill. RCDs, big chillin'.
Big chilling. For how long can you chill though, really? Because the pressure is still there. We're seeing Atlanta FaZe, the bodies are starting to make their way forward. Scump still chilling up top here in apartments. It's going to be Asti still down low. I mean, he's just playing this box so well. Simp with the MP5. Not able to get a lot done here at this kind of range. He just needs to wait for the M4s to show up. But again, there's a bit of a difficult situation right now for FaZe is like they've got to contest the hard point.
FaZe gotten a kill yet, by the way.
Stats, please. Stats, please. Stats, please. FaZe got the...
Bro, we don't even need
kills!
We haven't gotten a kill,
FaZe
bro.
don't have a...
Abizi is 0-5. Pristini on the 7th spree. No one has died in 60 seconds. Finally, Pristini's gonna fall. But bro, you talk about the perfect opening break. Literally, the perfect opening break. 50 seconds before someone falls. FaZe, though, do a nice job after the hellhole that was the P1 of flipping those spawns and getting around back and trying to get the bounce back in the game. But good lord, Pristini has had the hot hand.
Slaying. Still good. Now, good nade from Major Maniac. Hardpoint time now finally going the way of FaZe. Everyone's starting to get killed. Cell still 0-5, but they've just started to get into this one. It's as if they were a little just slow coming out the gates. Huntsman with the absolute stranglehold there on the first hardpoint. Second's been a little bit more generous to Atlanta FaZe. Pristini finally dropped there by Abizi. That's 4 in a row now for Abizi. He went from 0-5 to 4-5. Cell can't quite break the seal just yet. If he can get one here, that'd be great for him. There it is, and it's a clean set of kills, but now the rotation battle in the way already. 20 seconds remaining. Priest is in first. Arstes is on the hunt. Arstes plays it slow and steady, and he wins the race. Now, back Flowers control, looking fantastic going in towards Hazmat.
And I will say, for this to just be a 20-point game off the rip that Chicago Huntsmen just had, FaZe can count their blessings that they were able to get that flip early on, because 58 seconds on P1, you don't see it every day. And now, of course, over towards Hazmat, the issue for FaZe is, well, it's incredibly difficult to get a clean break. You just want to contest for as much time as possible. Maybe a few seconds have been stripped away so far by Major Maniac, but then the feed by the Huntsmen, they light it up once again, get that clean wipe, and now it's already Pristini potentially thinking long-term, get a kill or two, and try to fly your way over towards win.
He's not doing it. I mean, I think it's Arstes, his twin brother, who's already managed to make his way forward. He's at the first hard point now. He's trying to make his way forward as well. Final 30 remaining here in Chicago. Once again, light up the kill feed. You're in a dangerous part of town right now, FaZe. I mean, this is Petrograd. The deep dishing out the goods here. 2 players from FaZe managed to cut their way through the middle of the map. They're going to be able to get the final 15 seconds here as the spawns have been trapped, essentially, for the Huntsmen. Priester getting in his steps, running around. Scump there on point. Simp, he's up next. What a turn that was. No burn there. Pristini's the one handing out the skin grafts. Scump once again trapped. And again, Atlanta FaZe set themselves up in a great position chance now to do a lot of damage at corners.
Yeah, I mean, a fairly decent kill disparity right now, or at least score disparity. But again, FaZe, one good hold, right back in the game. And of course, what we said for FaZe last time is now true for Chicago. They just want to break through and strip away as much time as possible. 15, 20, 25 seconds is all they're looking for. And the pressure's here coming from the back. Selim able to find one, but now the player's going on the hunt. If not, Envoy would have been stumped, but the coverage there. And FaZe gets the wipe. The AR showing up. Simp and Selim and Major Maniac as the trio lighting up the kill feed.
Absolutely holding Huntsman down. That was the foot on their neck for now. Cell even takes one with him with a martyrdom nade there in the corner. Major Maniac up front, though, and on the hard point he goes. Not able to get Arstes as well. Scump now breaks him through the back of the bar. Shots are plenty now for the boys. The round's on him as he's trying to get himself on the hard point. Final 10 seconds now as the Huntsmen will deal what they can, and Simp just absolutely eviscerates Pristini. But still, over to the restaurant we go, Chance. FaZe are in. They're ready to go here. Trophies are up, and here comes the push from the Huntsmen.
Right now, Big chilling. The door opening up, though, actually makes things a little bit interesting. His teammate needs to cover it for him, and his teammates, you can actually see, putting in a fair bit of work. Envoy, really the last man standing, him and Pristini, and they're able to get through at least for the moment. And you talk about the kills being traded back and forth, but it looks like FaZe able to hold on just long enough as Abizi, now the front man inside the hill.
We can. 3 kills in a row. He's turned this series around quite well. 11 and 11. 20-point game now between these two teams. Here comes Huntsman. Wind up for the punch. And it's a bit of a miss right now. As you can see, the defense is held. That's going to be it. No more Huntsman really to be found here. Pristini, I mean, it's a poke, but it's not going to be a whole lot as he goes down as well. Over towards the next hard point. Just eyes on next. Final 15 now will go the way of FaZe. I put him just above the Huntsman for now. But Arstes, Envoy, lined up. Every possible angle covered right now. The only position they don't have eyes on is that top apartment spot. And that is exactly where FaZe can pitch.
Nearly half of the Huntsman's time has come on this very hill. 58 seconds the first time around. Early control the second. Smokes out though, and FaZe, of course, working from the good side. You see Major Maniac maybe not going to put a ton of pressure on it. Just watch over his teammates, but his teammates obviously in. aBeZy up top, able to take down one. His teammates get the rest, and the break is there. Huntsman, though, they do get the good spawn, so a little bit of good news for both teams.
He gets killed on the hard point. He gets slayed out, and you spawn closer to the next one. That's okay. We'll take it. Min-map spawns are pretty close for either side squad, so they're going to be able to get on towards this first one for the remaining 25 and at least get the contest, because FaZe, with the lead, Huntsman have been a little quiet ever since we saw that early success here on this hard point. All right, Envoy already in on towards the next one. Formal brings the M4 up close. Lovely shots. MP5 now in hand. He is simply unstoppable. He finds another kill in such a dire situation. Formal is a god. He still goes down. FaZe with the final 5. But here we go, Chance. We're going to go over towards the cafe again. We saw brilliant turnarounds here from FaZe. Huntsman, though, with the first foot in, how long can they hold?
The two-front war right now, right? FaZe got the spread. They're going to be approaching from every angle. Arcede's trying to get nades over top to help out his teammates, but his teammates are falling around him. You see the feed. Nothing but FaZe so far. Arcede's the lone man in the hill and challenges already coming through. He's going to get dropped in FaZe just like that. The instantaneous break on P2.
I mean, right in on it they go. Formal now bringing the MP5 up close. Not able to get anything done. Simp once again. Unbelievable performances as he's pulled this one around. Again, the whole team. FaZe started off this map so badly. Not a kill for 60 seconds, and now look at them with the lead. 20 seconds remaining here on Cafe. FaZe with a couple of pokes still left at this one, a couple of jabs still to be had, but they've set up a defensive perimeter around the center of the map. Not really going to be letting any of the Huntsmen out. And you saw there on the minimap, Envoy tried to make the play, couldn't quite get it done. Atlanta FaZe now with, what I will say, domination over Petrograd. Next hard point's going to be theirs for a sizable chunk, Chance.
You got Major Maniac, you see on the bottom side of the mini-map. He's effectively watching all of mid-maps. That train push, so Huntsman right now, they got to pick an angle. Where do they want to go? They finally able to clear out Restaurant, but 10 seconds on this hill have already gone by, and now the flood kicking in, a couple kills going their way, and now they're all in Hazmat, trying to make the push through. aBeZy trying to slow them down just a little bit, and frankly, you see Huntsman, they're hunting for aBeZy just to make sure the rotation is there, and now it's time for the contest inside the actual hard point.
2 in the middle of the map, and here comes the contest. Major Maniac Simp find the first kill. Pristini's still alive, and it's going to be absolute chaos. A real mixer here on the Hazmat. The contest is there. Again, that forces the game clock to tick down. No one gets any hardpoint time, but 20 seconds. It's the Huntsman's hardpoint for now. aBeZy stays alive. The trades are there. The Huntsmen have held the line for a while, but the spawns are so close right now for the Atlanta FaZe. Arcedes finds another one up close. We could see the lead change. We could see a few more kills, but no. Once the smoke has settled, the dust has cleared. It's going to be a FaZe hardpoint for a few seconds. But we go over to Pool Hall, Chance, and it's already Huntsman territory.
Huntsman territory. They have the entire map under control. Scump able to pick up 2, and no one's crossed the 50-yard line of the map. Finally, after taking down Scump, FaZe can begin to make their move, but still, they are so far away that Envoy doesn't even know where the pressure's coming from because they haven't had any pressure at all. FaZe, they're just trying to make that trek, and meanwhile, Formal, he's been chilling. He's posted up, and finally, FaZe near the hill.
Formal, though, is going to be on him. He's got to take 1 to 3 players at the same time. There's the first kill. The second goes his way. Formal, once again, finding even more here on the point. Scump finding the kills on the outside as well. And Atlanta FaZe, they just cannot get into the bar. I mean, I hesitate to make a joke about being under 21, but it's probably true, mate. They cannot get near it. Huntsman with the hardpoint time. Going over to the restaurant. Will we be handing out the kids' menus or not? Atlanta FaZe are about to put this show on for us and pull this hardpoint back. Here we go. Cell leads the charge. First kill goes his way. Arstes is up next. There's a nade for you. And there we have it. The hardpoint flips open. FaZe now on the defense.
FaZe, of course, this game is very much, well, at this moment on this hill, more about not losing it than potentially winning. They can still do it here. They do have a lot of time on the clock, but you see Huntsman, a lot of pressure in through these little side hallways. The contest starting in the back, but FaZe winning the gunfight. Cell able to pick up 3 along the way.
Cell finds 3. That's insane. Watch that hard point clock in the middle. 35 seconds remaining. They're going to try to get as much of this out as they possibly can. Formal now and Scum making their way forward. Shots are there. Brilliant work again from Cell. Kill number 4. As the shots are there on the inside of the map. Now it's going to be the front line pushed forward. We could see a lead change as Cellium gets number 5 and 6. Unbelievable stuff from Cell to stay alive and now take the lead for Atlanta FaZe 7 in a row. Cellium cannot die. He will not be stopped. Kill number 7 before he goes down. Chance rotation underway. FaZe in position. This is for the series.
Huntsmen, they get one shot at this. They're going to have 3 players flooding in through the front, maybe 4, maybe a couple flanks come in, but you get one shot for this break or you lose the game. Scump waiting for his teammates.
Waits for it. BZ on the flank, good timing, but not enough. The King cuts him down, 24-24 overall now. The crucial moments. This is 5 seconds for the win. The contest has got to be there. Huntsman, you got to go. You have to wait for the time. Scum sit on the contest, but no, FaZe, they get it done. They get it done. FaZe are going to Sunday.
Looking for their revenge. You talk about the comeback that FaZe was able to get. They just got bodied on Hazmat, and then of course the pool hall doesn't go their way, and then Cellium in the restaurant. Top 5 play of the week, maybe top 5 play of the year, goes on a 6 spree. They were down by what? 45 points on the restaurant hill, and they make the comeback so hard on that Chicago, they pour the pressure on restaurant because they're scared of losing the game there, and FaZe says, thank you very much. We did our job so well. We get the free rotation over towards new. They only got maybe 10 or 15 seconds on the hill the entire game, but they managed to get the final 15 seconds of the game on that P1 FaZe. Miraculous comeback, clutch as they have been all year long, not just in the search and destroys, but especially in that hard point. Came back from the depths of hell, Miles, played out of their little minds.
Out of their minds. Absolutely out of their minds. If war is hell, then Cellium is the devil. What a run. What a run. History does not repeat itself. FaZe with 3-1 of what was a tight series in the first half of the playoffs. Commiserations to Huntsman fans. Again, Huntsman fans across the world. It was an incredibly hard-fought series, but FaZe just that magic, that clutch factor, the decision-making, just the blistering skill. It was just going right for them, and that was it. There was nothing more that can be done. We were truly in the presence of greatness today. What an insane series that was. What an insane day this has been, Chance. I mean, I don't even know what to say. Wow. What a run.
I agree. It's been like a baffling day and a baffling series, I would say. Like, again, not just the searches, the number of clutches FaZe had to pull up, but really, it's just like from the Hazmat Hill. As soon as Chicago got that break, I was like, boom, right there. Like, map or hill of the game. Chicago are going to get this win. They're in just a great spot. But then Cellium, again, the devil inside the restaurant, the Reaper, the nice little 6 spree, the beatdowns that came on the end. Just completely goes on a tear. He was so difficult to kill, and by the time he dies, after staying alive in the hill for 45 seconds, FaZe, they get the free and clear rotation, the perfect setup that they want, and really for Huntsman, at that point, there was just nothing that they could do. Just a force to be reckoned with. FaZe towards the end. Just obliteration.
I mean, it was the right place, right time, you name it. It all had to align, and FaZe just didn't make a mistake. They just did not. This, your scuff play of the game, the final moments of what you could say is the Huntsman's year now of Modern Warfare, the inaugural year of the CDL, and they can close out in 3rd place. But Atlanta FaZe, they will get a shot at redemption tomorrow, with Empire will be up 1 in the series, but after what was an incredibly close fought, winners final. FaZe have got a chance to right the wrongs of Saturday. Post Malone just tweeted how excited he is as well. I mean, we're all excited, man. Let's do this. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Posty's lit. I'm ready to run through a brick wall now, Chance. That series was insane. That was crazy.
And the setup is there too. Like, again, that was FaZe, like, had to get the bounce back after losing the Empire 30 minutes before the series kicked in. They bounced back. Now they're looking for revenge. You get a day to take a break. Both these teams already, the coaches are going to be going to the drawing board, already going to be to start that game planning, to figure out what map set they want, all the little different strats. And you have 2 great coaches that are going to be going at it to make sure that they can mentally arrange themselves in the best way possible. If these guys can even fall asleep sleep tonight to try to get there 8 hours in before the championship day. But one of the crazier champs we've ever had, right? Like one day, one series for the tournament winner for a $1.5 million prize pool for that #1 spot at the end. Definitely a day for the Call of Duty history books.
One hell of a day. I mean, that hard point in itself just got Atlanta FaZe $300,000. I mean, what a leap that was. What an unbelievable day of games this has been, man. I mean, just the first year of the CDL, we had it all, baby. We had it all. Tomorrow, though, Sunday, championships will be given out. We're ready to roll into this one, mate. Again, as I say, it is going to be a rematch. Dallas Empire, Atlanta FaZe, CDL game day, presented by Game Fuel. We're running it back Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be a best of 9, man. I mean, it's truly... I'm on the couch for this one. I can't wait. It's going to be a long day of COD. The most unbelievable test for these players to go toe-to-toe against each other to truly prove who is the best here on Modern Warfare. We're now going to hand this one over to Lando, who undoubtedly will be talking to one of the elated Atlanta FaZe players after that unbelievable series. For myself and Chance, that's all from us in the casting booth, mate. Thank you so much for what was a crazy, crazy year. You're the man. Lando, take it away, brother.
Thank you so much, Miles. Yes, it is your instant reaction brought to you by PlayStation. I'm Lando, and joining me is Simp from the Atlanta FaZe. Simp, the team manages to fight back post the Dallas loss earlier today. Talk to me, man. What did the team do during that short period of time to make sure that you guys could rebound?
I mean, honestly, we didn't do much. I think we kind of threw away the winners finals against Dallas. I think honestly we kind of choked both hard points. We let them get the back spawns on the last hill of the game, which is just unacceptable out of us. So we didn't really... We knew that was the only role we messed up for the most part, and, search and destroy. So we just had to make sure we tightened up our hard points and just got on to the next series.
Right. Well, you guys obviously managed to put the Chicago Huntsmen to rest in this series. You clutched up down the final stretch in the last hard point that we get to witness, and now it is down to yourself and the Dallas Empire. Again, it'll be a rematch from what we saw earlier on in the day. What does the Atlanta FaZe need to do to ensure a better performance this time versus Dallas?
Just tighten up on our hard points. I think domination, we have a really good... I think it's our best game mode right now, and I think search and destroys can always go either way, but as long as we know what we're doing and we talk to each other, we can always take those. So I think if we just tighten up in the hard points, we'll be able to beat them.
Well, Simp, you stormed into the scene last year, kind of toward the end of the season. You won champs MVP. This is your first kind of full official season now, and you find yourself in the CDL game day presented by Game Fuel championship final. You'd be the second player ever in COD history to win your first 2 world championships that you've ever competed for, the other player being Karma. Does it feel like destiny that you and the Atlanta FaZe lock this one up tomorrow?
In a way, I think a lot of us right now just know how good we are and how close we are to getting that actual ring. So I think we're all just pretty excited to get in tomorrow and just try and make history happen.
Right. Well, there's a lot of doubt on this team. I think it's fair to say coming into the year, there was a lot of positives, but there's also a lot of doubt talking on, could this team kind of make it to the brightest stage? Could this team of young guys who obviously really wanted to play with each other, could they make it to the biggest of stages considering, you could talk about the lack of veteranship and we talk about how long that you guys have kind of played together. Does it feel like you're finally shutting up those people who have kind of said that from the start?
I mean, I kind of feel like we've been shutting them up all year long, to be honest. I feel like we're the only team that's been almost in every finals throughout the entire year, and I think we've been the most consistent team. So just with that, I don't think anyone has a reason to say what they do about needing a veteran or leadership or anything. I think we all know how good we are at Call of Duty, and at any time, any of us could take over in comms and actually direct each other. So I don't think you necessarily need a leader.
Can I ask you one last thing about the body shooting on Gunrunner, or should we just leave that one to the side?
Oh no, for sure.
Well, I gotta ask you, what was the reasoning behind it, my man? Just trying to get in the heads a little bit, or is it just that the weapon was firing well today?
Just little mind games, like that map. We pretty much knew we won when I started doing it. So I also know Pristini's an emotional player in a way, so I was trying to get in his head a little bit, just to just for it to be there. And I shot Seth's body just because I got the kill and he was there. It wasn't anything crazy for that one. I was just kind of having fun.
Sure, man. Well, I'll tell you what, from what the kind of the little bit of the E-United memorial kind of little moments that we're having back and forth, it's definitely been fun. Well, that is your instant reaction brought to you by PlayStation Simp. Thanks so much for joining us, and best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, folks, the CDL Game Day presented by Game Fuel Championship Final is set for tomorrow. Up next, it is Lottie, Pac-Man, and Nameless with the CDL HQ to break down what we saw today and what to expect tomorrow.
Major Maniac with the play. What a play from Simp. Cillian goes huge. aBeZy! Lightning strikes twice. What an individual play from Priest.